Well, hello there. So, yeah, creating an $8 million pipeline in residential sales. Really unlocking like these high value projects, increasing your average contracts from those 30K roofing jobs to a minimum of $100,000. And this is with focused, right? You have so much time in a day, so much time in a year, and what we're really doing is we're just focusing our attention into one focused gold mine, right? A diamond. So we use data to identify these opportunities, and you already have the skill set to work with the insurance company, and we provide some tips and tricks, some secrets. So we're going to dive into that today. This yellow light. So that's something that we want to be very aware of, is these yellow lights. If you're familiar with Mr. Rogers, right? My Good Neighbor. He talks about in the opening slide, he brings in a yellow light, and this speaks really to the adults, right? To slow down. To slow down. Before we go green, we can be consistently yellow and be aware of opportunity, be consistently aware of our surroundings, which helps us then narrow in. If we're too narrowed, if we're too green light, we miss opportunities, right? We maybe let emotion get to us, the inner, that ego, those pain bodies, and what we see, what we watch, what we see, that they get to us, and they're like these little judges. So we do a lot of mental work, and if you get your mind right, you can get your grind tight, and a lot of this just falls into play, and you can be calm in the storm, right? You've heard these things. So, but actually being calm in the storm, like, what does that mean? So yeah, this yellow light is it's not just a signal to pause, but a moment to become aware, to be intentional with your day, in our work, be intentional with our work. So this moment of slowing down and beginning the strategic approach, strategic style of generating leads creates incredible outcomes. So an incredible outcome I found the last 4 years in this industry, consistently generating $8 million. Managing $8 million. So you turn 4 of that in, and then you generate another $4. So you're always managing $8 million. And there's these tools and resources now that I've experienced as I've left that and now shared it with the industry, shared these secrets with the restoration and window retail industry, that there's these AI, there's these tools, there's this automation, there's just being prepared, there's being kind with yourself, then the outside world is kind back to you. That I just have to share, right? There's this like burning desire that I gotta share it with everybody, because it's changed my life, and like I don't want to take it for myself. I want to serve. So when I left my last opportunity, I had 2 decisions, right? Create my own restoration company, or teach my secrets, the secrets that I've gained over the years from many people and experts and specialists, and share it. So that's what we do at Eagle Eyes. We share these secrets, and they're amazing secrets. So we're gonna dive in here, but we use data-driven strategies to be mindful, become very mindful in every aspect of our business. So we slow down. We use yellow lights to give us more freedom of joy, right? Freedom of wealth. Wealth is bigger than just money. And joy, freedom of time. Right? Have time to do what we want, what makes us happy. So imagine spending less time grinding, less time stressfully generating, and more time doing what you love. Like, what do you love? Do you like running? Do you like watching sports? Do you like traveling? It's important to remind yourself of those things and put them into your life as goals to do that, because what are we all doing? Doing something to experience that joy, right? That happiness, that retirement, that fulfillment of money, and to have freedom. Well, we can have freedom right now. And yeah, some cool. So today we're going to show how to create this balance, this abundance. So setting the tone here, we're going to briefly share the passion I have for the industry. I did this for about 12 years and generated a lot of business personally, and then trained sales reps that I worked with how to do the same thing, how to narrow their focus on just diamonds, right? Diamonds in the rough, gold mines, and use technology and some wisdom from the Buddhas and the monks of the world to create more joy and happiness and lots of wealth, an abundance of wealth. So many contractors, let's just dive in here. So how do we find these large projects that we're talking about? Data-driven prospecting, DDP. So many contractors are sitting on really an untapped potential. By leveraging data-driven prospecting strategies, using tools like Hailtrace. This is a canvassing tool that has lots of data that you can pull out. Zillow to identify when homes were built, what types of time frames, the size of homes to find the right opportunities, and Google Street View to identify these types of materials from a picture. And lastly, building permits, specifically roofing and window permits. You can pull these permits for free. So this is all free information. Hailtrace is a subscription, but there's other tools out there you could use. I like Hailtrace because I get a lot of data and I don't need to pay for it again, right? Pay for a canvassing and a scouting tool to identify where these opportunities are, but I also get all the data out of it. A last one is WhitePages Premium. And then another last one is Chirp. These are some epic tools to really automate your business. So yeah, you can pinpoint homes with discontinued aluminum clad windows, and a discontinued aluminum clad window is a project that is 100 minimum $1,000 projects on a 4,000 square foot home, because they don't make these windows. One of these windows with a 2-pane glass, a Pella original, it's $8,000 to replace that whole window. $8,000. That's like what, a quarter of the roof, a third of the roof. Yeah. So it's being able to identify these, like a discontinued shingle or a shake roof, right, or a lightweight tile roof, is it's very interesting. You got to have an eagle eye. So we train you how to have an eagle eye, and we leverage data to close those opportunities in a faster amount of time. So the methods that we use, we call it reverse door knocking, and it helps you really uncover these hidden opportunities. These homes present incredible chances to reopen a claim. If you know where the roof was replaced and you know those windows are discontinued and that project has a large opportunity and they already have an open claim in the last 6 months, well, why don't you focus your efforts in those areas, right? It's less resistance. There's already approval. There's ways to do that. You can get this data. And you know, it also helps you not overlooking projects from not overlooking these high value wins. So golden nugget number one is, remember, these homes that have discontinued aluminum clad windows are golden opportunities, and you need to train your eye like an eagle eye to identify where these valuable prospects are. So number one, use Zillow. So you open up Zillow, download Zillow on your phone or your computer, and you want to set the filter to maximum efficiency, right? So adjust the parameters to focus on homes that were built between 1970 and 1993. Typically that's where these aluminum clad windows were installed, were in this time frame. And you want these homes to have 3+ bedrooms. You want recently sold, 2+ bathrooms, over 5,000 square feet. And if you're in your market and you don't see a lot of homes, then just go down to 4,500 square feet or 4,000 square feet. So start high, right? This is where you're gonna find these $200,000, $300,000 window projects. So you narrow your search, and likely they're gonna yield you $200,000 window claims. So step number two is you wanna leverage Hailtrace. Hailtrace is a storm meteorologist and canvassing and data tool. Storm hits, you can draw a polygon and export all the addresses out there. And if you've already done some work scouting opportunities, you've pinned discontinued roofs, discontinued windows, because you got an eagle eye now, right? You've trained your eye to spot all these types of window manufacturers that are discontinued. You have now trained to do that yourself. So you map out your storm impacted areas. You extract those addresses out with the opportunity. You get the information: address, first name, last name, size of home, when it was built, what type of products in the house, and then you get your phone number. You upload it into WhitePages Premium, and you get their phone number and their email address. WhitePages Premium is a very low monthly subscription to thousands of addresses. There's a thing where you can upload and export a list by matching, and so you have your phone numbers and emails, and you know which homeowners to go after. An email and a phone number is pretty valuable right after an inspection. So this is where this reverse door knocking comes in. Reverse door knocking is all about a strategic planning by checking the city permits. These records are free. You can locate completed roofing projects, cross-reference with your scouted addresses of which materials that you're looking at, your opportunities, and if these windows qualify, you can then call or text and identify the types of insurance claims to reopen through identifying what happened with each claim, and then you can reopen these claims, and they don't have to pay for a deductible. So you turn these standard jobs into these high-value opportunities with least resistance, efficiency, right? Effectiveness, strategic awareness, and an eye that's trained well can spot aluminum-clad windows. Windows are your superpowers of this game, and there's a lot of roofers now, right? Look at down south. Windows is the next thing, so you want to get ahead of it. So what tools or strategies are you using to identify prospecting efficiently or effectiveness? Let's share those ideas. Let's see, what do you got? What are some things you do to help you work smarter but not really harder? So let's hear. Encourage. Let's share some stuff. We'll chat on a couple. We'll just wait to see till we have the first one, and let's go. So key takeaways is with data-driven insights and the right tools, you don't just work harder, you're working smarter. You can transform these typical approaches into results that others will follow, your team will follow, because you have more time, more freedom, and it's kind of an addicting, right? Addicting feeling. Like this girl is doing this, and they all have all this free time. You also got to say no to things that aren't aligned with your priorities, right? An adjuster calls you and says, "Hey, we're meeting tomorrow, 2 o'clock." No, sorry, man. Sorry, girl. I'm not in that area. Well, we need to get inside the house. The homeowner isn't going to be there, right? So controlling your schedule, time blocking, right? When you're going to be in certain areas, when you're going to be lead generation, you should be lead generating every day. It doesn't mean you need to be knocking doors, but some type of lead generation every day. Because when it's winter, right, things get cold. When the real estate market goes down, those real estate adjusters, agents are wondering, like, oh man, I should have called more. Well, just do it every day. Set an hour, do it every day. There you go. So efficiency, managing outreach, and scheduling is key to maximizing your productivity and freeing up your valuable time. So by leveraging these automation tools, Hailtrace, WhitePages, another good one is Chirp. We'll talk about Chirp. You can really leverage also this in your strategic scheduling with adjusters and homeowners. Homeowners can pick these times to schedule with you, right? This will help boost efficiency, ROI, maximizing the manual effort, right? You do something manually, okay, well, what can you automate of that? So automation for efficiency. Automation has honestly been a game changer for me in my entire life, personal life and professional life. I use AI, ChatGPT for everything. Why not? It's another perspective, another helper. So use these tools that are out there. Embrace them. So there's a lot more help that maybe we're scared of. What are you afraid of? Write that down. Okay. Then answer questions or do things to protect yourself, I guess. But what's really protecting yourself? The unknown. Every day is an unknown. This car's trying to pull over, but we're still rocking. So, I have a lot of faith in the vehicle, right? Well, it took time, right? I had to have faith one time, wheel another time, right? So it makes mistakes, but I'm here, right? I drive a safe speed limit, very aware. I have more cameras than my eyes that are working right now. I'm more safe. So instead of just me working, I got cameras all over keeping me safe. I got 10 people in the car keeping an eye for, so yeah, I'm using tools to be more aware. All right, so step-by-step guide. You need to pair these addresses that you have identified with WhitePages. So gather accurate homeowner contact details, cell phone numbers, emails. Make sure they're they're not on the do not call list. Stay compliant with that. You want to automate messaging. So you've identified opportunity. They have roofing permits or no roofing permits. You want to use tools like Chirp. Chirp is an automated texting platform. Voicemail, landing pages, emails, texting. You can send it out to an Excel spreadsheet. So you get all those addresses out of Hailtrace or your canvassing tool. You got the phone numbers and emails. All right, let's put them into a system and send out some messages that are strategic. And let's let AI help us with these responses. So, yeah, for example, I send out automated messages to schedule inspections for contractors. I generate leads for them. And I send out 154 messages, typically get about a 10% to 13% ROI. So we yield, I guess on average, 12%, it says here. So with 154 addresses, automated messages, voicemail text, voicemail text, voicemail text, they say something, it responds, okay, cool. A lot of do not call, whatever, that's fine, goes into the bucket. But the ones that are interested, then we have a conversation. And then when they're ready to book, that's when I jump in, right? I only want to talk to people that are ready to buy. And if they're not ready to buy, then cool, I got another one. So I use the tools to find out who's ready to buy, and then I get myself into those neighborhoods and then start my lead generation in person. So yeah, so an hour and a half of my time, we scheduled 19 inspections. So an hour and a half of my time, 90 minutes, I can generate 19 inspections by the tools that I have, and each of those inspections are $100,000 plus projects. So then they book, I go out, meet with them, talk about the claim, they file an agreement with the contractor, right? And then they go, but you can do this too. So it's this approach creates an entire week worth of inspections for me. 19 inspections, that's my whole week, right? But it doesn't take me all week. I'm strategic about where I go. This territory I inspect 5 there, this territory I inspect 5 there, this territory I inspect 5 there. So I can get through 8 inspections like an adjuster in a week. Or in a day, I'm sorry. So yeah, in 3 days I can get through 19 inspections. And then Thursday and Friday we're signing contingents or following up or whatever, right? So in a week you can sign 19 deals. So think about that. Automation, it allows you to work fewer hours while achieving greater results. How about you, right? What automation tools do you use? I challenge you in streamlining like an outreach. So like, what tools do you use, or what challenges are you facing in these automation tools? Let's hear. Share the tools. Share the tools that are techniques that foster like time savings. Is it time blocking? Is it journaling? Let's hear it. Talk about it. So then we want to scale these inspections, right? Once you've had these inspections scheduled, you want to use Google Scheduler or some type of automated schedule tool. So when someone picks a time, it knows your personal and your professional schedule. So your week's set. And they get an email to remind them, a text to remind them, and they get a description of your company, right, in that scheduling. So they know what to expect, to be home or not to be home. Then I leverage Hailtrace to map out these affected areas. I have these territories. And that's where I put my day 1 of outreach, day 2 of outreach. So then my day 1 of these schedules happen on that day. And day 2 of scheduling happens on that day. So you have territory A gets texts, right, messages. We get them scheduled. I only send them the link to schedule for territory A. Territory B, same thing. They get only the link to schedule for territory B. So, insights, actual insights. Perform your scheduled inspections. Keeps your schedule flexible for canvassing. You go out there, you have an inspection, keep some time, keep 2 hours after, right? And you put some flyers, you create some awareness, you get some inspections, you get more emails and phone numbers. And maybe the people that said, hey, I wasn't interested, you go knock on their door now, right? You use Hailtrace. When someone says I'm not interested, you go to Hailtrace and say, hey, hard no, or not interested. All right, cool, that requires a door knock now. And a flyer to say, hey, this is real. I was just in your neighborhood, I found damage. Here it is. It's proof. So I messaged you for a free service on your windows. I got my caulking gun to give you some free service. But here's the damage that your neighbor found. We reached out, but you weren't interested, but looks like they have the same damage. And you have, looks like the same windows. Hey, I'll do a quick inspection, assume the inspection, and get it done, right? So use Hailtrace to log these results, identify the steps, and the golden nugget, honestly, kind persistence. It's key. According to the Realtor Association, check this out. According to the Realtor Association, it takes an average of 8 voicemails to get a call back. So, all right, they get 8 voicemails, they get 8 texts, they get 8 emails. If they say not interested, great. I go there in person. So it's kind persistence. And the follow-up game is, you got to get that rocket, right? Once you get the information, they say they're interested, right? You got to be following up. They don't know this, you do. There isn't an urgency for them. They got a family going on, they got work, and this isn't an urgent matter for them. You got to create the urgency. The storm is in your mind. You create the urgency of the storm. There's a storm all the time, but when there's a storm, you actually get off the couch, right? No, create that urgency in your mind. What's your desire? What do you want to achieve? Have intentions. Write your goals down each morning and recap them. So, scheduling efficiency. Do you have any favorite scheduling hacks or strategies that make your life easier, make your inspections more seamless? How do you integrate door knocking with your automated touches? Let's hear. Open the floor. Come on. Share these tips and tricks. Segment 3 here, the last golden nugget. So empowering homeowners. This is how you settle these claims faster. Empowering homeowners. I kind of got 2 nuggets here, but throughout this claims process, there are, I think, 2 pillars of success. When the homeowners are informed, they are actively involved, and they create urgency in settling the claim. They become more powerful advocates. They, especially for themselves. Additionally, when you use strategic documentation, like the adjusted binder, it reduces resistance with the adjuster, resistance with the homeowner. It allows you to position yourself as a trusted advocate. And when you're well prepared, things just go your way, right? When you're mentally well prepared. So coaching the homeowner, create that urgency. So keep the homeowners involved in every step of the process. Emails, CC them emails, schedule conference calls with the adjuster or the agent together so you can coach them before. Have them lead the conversation, you jump in if they need questions. And then after the call, you guys recap. So this is a partnership. And when you involve the homeowner, it increases the settlement so much faster. So involve the homeowners, email correspondence, conference calls, have those conference calls. Every time you call the adjuster, make sure the homeowner's on the line. Every time you email an adjuster or your insurance company, make sure the homeowner's on the line, right? The CC. So here's what you'll provide. You'll say, hey, here's what we need to do. We're providing information that's needed. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to provide the needed documentation, and as the policyholder, the client, your voice matters most in pursuing this claim forward. We'll guide you through the process and make sure that everything moves seamlessly, smoothly. But you set that expectation early on that it's a partnership. And then when things get tough, right, they don't respond, you reach out to the homeowner and you make some progress. Great lean on the homeowner to ask for overtime profit. Great email template. So how do you build trust and empower your homeowners? How do you build in that whole process? Do you have any tips? Or some secrets? Lastly, documentation. So how to get a faster settlement with the adjuster is having be ready, right? It's called an adjustment binder. I'll show you a copy. But this builds trust. It shifts from a threatened contractor to a student with some information. And you're just the messenger. You get information from suppliers, from engineers, from wind data, NOAA, right? From NASA, who has wind data that shows that all 4 sides get damaged, overhead and profit letters from Xactimate. You have letters that show how to install the window. You have storm direction from Weather Underground, which direction of the home was affected by the storm because of wind direction. You have your company cam, all your damaged photos. You have all the line items that are required in Xactimate to hit the proper steps of a Xactimate building, and you can give that to the adjuster. But I just keep it handy, and maybe 10% of the time I actually have to use it, but just reference it, say, hey, I got a copy of it in my binder, goes a long way. So meteorologist reports, engineer assessments on windows and how they perform, manufacturer letters that these windows are discontinued or these shingles are discontinued, city code requirements, what needs to be removed to properly, so hey, we don't need to do all these steps. Yeah, we do. The city actually requires that we need to do. All right, so yeah, meteorologist data, company cam data. It's your photos you took on the initial inspection. You show the adjuster, hey, this is what the engineer said. Hey, this is what the meteorologist report said. Hey, this is what the distributor manufacturer said. This is what the city code said. I'm just the messenger. This is what they said. So don't get mad at me. They have damage. You said there was damage, and this is how we gotta fix it. I guess go call them. So lean on these resources, lean on these experts, lean on these specialists. So golden nugget, when homeowners understand what's at stake, right? When homeowners understand what's at stake, then, and they feel empowered. They feel, because they have a partner. This is collaboration. Not only speeds up the process, but it also creates a sense of ownership. They're more vested. There's more skin in the game. They can trust. Or trust. And when you feel, when you present yourself as a well-prepared teacher, expert, the adjustment binder removes a lot of resistance. Makes it easier. Less fighting. Well, this is what they said. Don't get mad at me, get mad at the report. Sorry. We're going to submit this too when we send in our stuff. So there are these facts can be clearly shown, and it builds trust. It ensures that the claim process goes smooth. So, what strategies? How do you prepare for an adjustment to help you out? How do you meet with the homeowner to build trust or rapport to help them maybe get the claim settled, or maybe use a PA or an attorney on every claim, or go to appraisal every time? How do you find those people, right? How do you present it to the homeowner to build trust in your value? So, let's go. Let's hear it. Core concept, proper documentation. It only accelerates the claim process. It only accelerates it. So also, when you're out on these properties, 4 C's. 4 C's is take pictures of the exterior cladding of the window, which also includes the around the window. That's the first, the cladding, first C. 4 C's, remember, cladding. Second pictures, you want to get the crank. That's the manufacturer, usually on there, or the glass. Window coverings. So you got cladding, crank, coverings. You gotta detach and reset that, or maybe they won't fit. So you gotta back in something for some new blinds. And lastly, casing, the inside trim. Measure it, take a picture. You know that do this on every single window with the adjuster. When you're on the inside, then you have it for your estimating. It's helping for ordering, helps for settling the claim, helps for a lot of things. And you're there, get it early. So 4 C's, remember that. We're gonna have Justin speak here, and yeah, those are some golden nuggets. We've a third of our time to generate 19 jobs. A adjustment binder, right? We get the adjustment approved on the first time. The scope is approved right away, and we get the claim approved so much faster with the homeowner, and they get O&P for us every time, right? So coach your homeowners. Would love to share some of these nuggets at your office, at your space, and so I'll reach out and see if you guys want to grow your average contract size to $100,000, $200,000. Turn yourself, your sales rep, or yourself into a $8 million sales rep annually, and $8 million is just the minimum, right? Like these tools, you can do this 3 months. You got $10 million. You can generate $1 million in a week. If you can do $1 million in a week by these types of projects, why couldn't you do $10 million in 10 weeks? Why not? Why don't you have a team? So, this doesn't work for every homeowner, but you can get a lot of them, right? And the ones it doesn't work for, you go knock on their door. them as a referral, or yeah. So that's what we have. I can share some deeper details in person. I'll reach out, what we actually use, how we build our AI in Chirp to automate a lot of these messages. But I'm at my destination, and yeah, good luck, happy hunting, and Justin, take it away.